everybody. Welcome to the Kimberly Cloud Show. I'm your host, Kimberly Cloud. So today I will be going over what I did today. Um I basically went over filled out some applications. I filled out a lot of applications, and these applications are geared towards job. They're basically job applications on USA Jobs and Indeed. Um, no, they're not FBI or CIA applications, but they are job applications like counselor applications for right now. I'm going to temporarily work there at the job sites or the job site, and I will be working there temporarily until I move. That way I can save up enough money to move, if that makes any sense. I have to say it very carefully. So basically, I am basically saving up money until I move, um, with the getting a job temporarily here, and then possibly getting a job when I move to where I am going to. Yeah. So, yep. And this job is going to be able to, like, I can do groups. I can drug test, basic things I can do when I was at other treatment services, as a counselor trainee. But you don't need no certificate for to be a trainee, and the pay goes all the way up, and I have experience with it, lots and lots of experience. Um, Doing groups, drug testing, doing counselor's notes, talking amongst the employees about different people, the people that are there as individuals that are the addicts, but we don't call them addicts, so I forgot what we call them, but it's been years since I've done this. But individuals, just call them individuals. And yeah, so yeah, and I'm happy to, be fill out the application. You know, I'm happy to fill out the application because it's like, you know, I I feel a change, you know, and this will keep me busy. On my breaks, I can do my homework when I'm home. I can do my homework on the weekends. I can do my homework um, on the weekends when I'm working. When it's not that busy, I can do my homework. Um, I don't smoke cigarettes no more, so there will be no reason for me to go outside. There's no reason for me to go outside, you know. I used to go outside a lot and smoke cigarettes. Um, that was my one weakness. If I had to build a SWOT on me, my one strength is that I made sure that I kept up with my work. My weakness is that I smoke cigarettes too much. Opportunity and threats. Don't get me started on those. So, yeah, let me make sure. I forgot which avenue opportunity go on. Threats would be um threats would be to me having people to compete with me that don't need to compete with me. Opportunities is getting raises. Threat is having people compete with me thinking that I want their job when I don't want their job. I just want to do my job and get out of Washington State as soon as possible. So that's what that is. Without looking, that's what that is. So, yeah. Um, I am very thankful that um I'm gonna give it a week, about a week. I gotta tell them that, I won't be able to be hired until that's if they want to hire me until July, like late July, probably August. Let's just say August. Let's just say August. Or I can work early, but I need time off because of my situation. I have situations going on. Um I yeah. So where is that paper at? Is that the paper? No, that's not it. It's probably in that bag. But I have a lot of appointments coming up, and I have a surgery appointment coming up. So that's why I said August. And that'll be fall time, you know. That's crazy. That's crazy as crap, right? And then I'll be resigning in November to December. You know, it's crazy. But at least I worked, you know. I hope I get that part-time job. It's a part-time job that does the same thing, working like 40 hours. The job is 40 hours, $40 an hour, or I can work full time, $40 an hour. And they pay pretty good money. Um yeah. So either way it goes, I need to figure out how I'm gonna do it. I need to tell the interviewer the truth and tell them that I'm going to be out for a week, about a week, and that means that either you can hire me after a week of the July 17th, after July 17th, if that's the day I get my surgery, July 17th at 6 a.m., or you can hire me um, before then, but give me time off. You know, it all depends. Because I don't mind working as soon as possible. I don't mind working as soon as possible because that means more money. So, yeah. So, that is what's going on with me. That is what's going on with me. And some jobs are $40, other jobs are like 25, 30. But I think I should be work making like 60,000 to 100,000. You know, we'll see when we go to boys um to north up north. So I plan on, to be quite honest, I plan on going back to Baltimore, Maryland. I plan on going back to Baltimore, Maryland. That's a large moving trip, right? Going back to Baltimore. Baltimore. So, yeah. Um, if you just joining, you guys, I put in some applications and I'm going to be a possible counselor. I put in my resume. hopefully I get the interviews and everything. So I'm not putting in no more applications because then people gonna be putting in fake requests and sending shit my way. And I'm be like, no, because people already been sending shit to my phone talking about, do you want this job? Do you want that job? And I'm like, no, I don't want this job. How about you just stop sending me shit? I don't have to pay for nothing. I don't want to give you my credentials. So, yeah, but I have a lot of appointments with the VA, and I'm trying to figure out what the hours may be with the job. Would it be like 8 to 3? Would it be like 7 to 2? 6 to 1 or whatever, you know, late hours in the night, you know, what would it be? What would it be? Only time will tell when I get the interviews what it would be. That way I can um, rearrange my VA schedule. I can rearrange my VA schedule. So yeah. So if I have a shot to get, I can get it in the afternoon. If I have like a dental appointment, I can do it in the afternoon at like 3 o'clock, you know. So yeah, that's how it's gonna be for now. And that's gonna make the months go by. And I'm gonna let um let them know that I'm on probation and that I go to court every 3 months and it ends in December, and I graduate in December as vet court. So yeah, I'm gonna let them know that. I have to let them know. They do background checks, but they mostly focus on, pedophiles, which I'm not a pedophile. Not a pedophile at all. So, yeah. And that's why I'm gunning on this part-time. Because then I can, if it's part-time, I can work around those times. I can work around those times, which is a good thing. So most of my days are filled up with, every other week is filled up with the VA. So what does that mean? You know, I have to do what I gotta do, man. I don't mind. I don't mind at all. And I'm not complaining. So, um, that's basically it. That's basically it. I really want to work full time though. I really want to, but they only give like 56 hours of sick leave, which isn't bad. Some places only give 56 hours of sick leave, which isn't bad because I don't know if you got to build it though, because you got an hour at your appointment. You got an hour at your appointment. I'm thinking, but then I'm supposed to be out a week, 1 week, one whole week. So yeah. Other than that, I'm doing strong, trying to remain strong, trying to be healthy. Just trying to figure out a plan so that the move can go smoothly. Um, Continuing to make this plan work. Um, Trying to stay calm and do the right things. As long as I do the right things, I can't get into trouble. Drug tests on deck. You know, I can get any job with my drug test being clean and sober. So yeah, um, that's basically it, man. Just wanna, for shits and giggles, see where these jobs take me. See who reach out to me first and see where it goes. Tell them the truth and see where it goes. You know, say every 3 months. Let me see. If it's May right now, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. So June, July. I would want to be hired in June or even May. I would want to be hired in May. I would, I wouldn't want to sit up there and wait until no August. That would be very weird, very weird, right? They reach out to me, I'm gonna say I want to be hired in May, probably build up some time. Um, Tell them, you know, tell them the situation, see if they can work with me. Tell them the situation, see if they can work with me. Um, Tell them I'm having surgery and I'm supposed to be out a week. See if they can work with me. I forgot how that time off crap work. Some places only give 2 weeks time off a year. A year, y'all. It's crazy. That's real crazy. 2 weeks, 14 days out of 365 days. Come on now. What if people got emergency? I don't know. Can I do emergency leave? I don't know. So I'm just thinking about all these things. When I talk to the manager, they're going to ask me, and I'm going to tell them, I have an appointment sometime in June, then I have an appointment sometime in July. Um, and I'm going to be off for a week. I could sit up there and be off for 3 days if I'm feeling good, you know, but I don't want to be taking narcotics at a narcotic place. So that's why I say like a week. That's why I say a week. That would be dumb. It won't be dumb. It's probably has happened before, where people, and it's not illegal, you know, it's not illegal. It's just that I don't want to do it. It just suits me. No, it just doesn't suit me. I want to be fully competent while taking their story and writing for these individuals drug history and drug report and doing groups and stuff of that nature. So, yeah, makes no sense. But I'm gonna ask him what is my options? What are my options? I'm gonna ask them what are my options. That's what I'm gonna ask them. Like, what are my options? I want to work there. I want to do the best that I can do. Um, but I have to have this surgery. So, what are my options? So, yeah, sometimes being honest aren't always the best policy, but you can't go around what I have to do. But I need that moolah. I need that moolah. So yeah. So y'all take care, man. Be safe. Um, I just wanted to talk to y'all a bit, you know. Um, doing things the right way, not selling drugs, not selling candy, not selling lemonade, just sitting up there trying to work, do the right things, and get satisfaction out of it. So yeah, I appreciate y'all watching me. Every day that goes by, I sit up there and I think to myself, I'm like, what a wonderful world. I do think that, but no, I don't think that. I think to myself, oh my people that sit up there and watch me all the time. You know, y'all are so cool. Thank you for watching me every day. Thank you. Like seriously, thank you. I appreciate you guys. So tomorrow we're gonna hopefully have that one phone call from somebody, I'm not going to tell them to the end of them hiring me. I can't tell them until the end of the hiring process. Because if I tell them, like, right at the point of them asking me all these extra stuff, then it's not going to be the same. They're going to be like, hmm, we can't hire her. So I'm going to tell them to after I'm hired. After. Um, So with that being said, wow, what's going on? Anyway, so I can't tell nobody to after the hiring has, yeah, you get your fingerprints done and yada, 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 you know. So I'm excited. I'm excited. I probably, um, I'm gonna ask a bunch of questions to them. I'm gonna tell them that I'm a veteran with a disability and I have appointments to go to and I have a surgery coming up. That's what I'm gonna tell them. I'm not gonna tell them what the surgery is. I'm just gonna say, hey, I'm a veteran with disability. I have appointments to go to and I have a surgery coming up. Um, can you work with me, please? And I have July, August, September, October, and then November, December. So that's July, October, December. July, October, December. So, yeah, July, October, December. Those are my last. I have three more, what is it? Probation hearings. July, October, and December. And it looks like I'm not going to be able to make it personally to that hearing because of the surgery that I'm having. So I'll probably be coming there in October because I have surgery in July. I thought it was going to be in May, but it's going to be in July. So, so that leaves October and December. So, yeah. Yeah. So, um, because this is not an easy surgery. This is not a very easy surgery. This is a hard surgery, a very, very hard surgery. It's nothing easy. It's not skip to the loo, my darling surgery. It's very hard, very hard. I know it, the doctor know it, and the other doctors know it at the VA. So yeah. But let me get off of here, y'all. Um you guys definitely take care. That's gonna leave me to cut out the time with Kimberly Cloud Show, but here's the thing. Here's the thing with that. I may not be able to do the show like I want, but I'm going to hire somebody to edit the videos for me. I'm going to hire somebody and I'm going to show them how to send off the videos. I can't take that. To send off the videos to the I'm going to turn this off. To take the videos and where to send it to, like being a you know, DCTV, um Thurston Community Media, and the rest of them, and Santa Barbara Community TV Network, Manhattan Neighborhood Network, and the rest of them. So yeah, and they have to run past my eyes first before I pay them a cent because I know what can happen. They sit up there and something happens, the footage sit up there and skips or mutes, or it doesn't it something bad happens to it where it doesn't, you know, work the way it should be working as footage, so um it has to run past my office first. So Yeah. And I'm gonna look up how much should they get paid to do such a job, because that's quite an easy job to edit the video. All you have to do, you're not doing major network editing like um putting captions at the bottom, or you know bleeping out stuff. You're basically, you know, making sure you take out parts of it to equal 30 minutes, or do 15 minutes and 15 minutes, or do because I don't want to put them do nothing harder than what they already have. So the 30 minutes of videos will stay to 30-minute videos, but the 20-minute videos will get cut down to the 15-minute videos. And that'll be two 15-minute videos to 20-minute videos each. And 40-minute videos get cut down to 30-minute videos. And that's how that'll work. That's how that'll work. So, so yeah. But I say anywhere from 15 to $18 an hour. 15 to $18 an hour. It's nothing big that they're doing. They're not doing no major editing. It's no major editing. It's taking out messed up parts, mostly me messing up. You know, if they're watching it correctly, they're taking out mostly me, or somehow, you know, a messed up chunk of it, and going back a little bit, and then that's it. And then making sure, if they overrun 30 minutes, they if they take it out, they if they go over 30 minutes, you cut it down to where it flows with the content up until 30 minutes, and always have that part. Well, how can the people reach you? And if you had to ask the audience one thing, if you had to ask the audience, if you had to tell the audience one thing, how did I say it? If you had to tell the audience one thing about, I forgot how to say it, but I say how, if you had to tell the audience one thing about, um, because I reword it all the time. So I say, if you had to tell the audience about your job, if you had to tell the audience about one thing about your future, or your it could be anything that I use. I kind of like slipping little snippets in there. If you had to tell the audience one thing about um anything, you know, anything you want to talk about, what would it be? You know, and keep those two things in there, you know. Then and you can even take that part section out you can even take that section out. But I'm just saying, overall, you know, keep certain parts in, that equal 28 minutes or 30 minutes. But should not go over 30 minutes because it will not be played all the way and they will cut it down themselves and it will look bad, poor, bad. So, yeah. So, but I'm just trying to 15 to $18, up into $20 or up into the minimum wage, the actual minimum wage. Oh, crap. In of Washington State, because the minimum wage is like 22 something. I don't know how much the minimum wage is right now. But yeah, that's as that's as high as I'm going. So yeah, because there's nothing extravagant being done with it. Unless I ask for something extravagant, then you get a bonus. So yeah. So other than that, I talked about, the job detail. I filled out some job applications online. Um, some of the jobs are $40, some of the jobs are $30 or 26 to $30 an hour. Um, $36 and some what else? Some of the jobs, are counselor trainee jobs, but I'm a counselor trainee now in Maryland. The qualifications to be a counselor trainee is you have to have a trainee's certificate. Do I have a train? I have to look behind me, but I had a trainee certificate. I had a trainee certificate from Maryland, but you can't use a Maryland trainee certificate in Washington State. But you don't have to have a trainee certificate. You don't have to have a trainee certificate in Washington State. You can have one, but you don't have to have one. You can have an associate's degree or just a driver's license or a high school diploma, and the higher up you got with your education, the more money you make, and the more you've learned over the years with counselors, with learning about being a counselor, which I have a lot of training in, um, the more money you make. So I can't believe I fell back in that since I'm not going to fall back there when I move. Only reason I'm doing this is because it's a temporary thing. Only reason I'm doing this is because it's a temporary thing. And yeah, this is going to help pay for the moving truck, pay for to move um for to what is it? the moving expenses to early move, the early move expense, and pay for the first month and last month's rent, because I told you those are brand new houses. But the even really good thing is, you know, they don't check your credit like that. They don't check your credit like that. They like, it is no set credit score. They're not checking on a 620 or a 720 or an 800. They're checking on a just, they're just running it. So that's pretty good. But depending on what it is, you may have to pay 2 months rent. You may, you know, and that's what I have to be prepared for. And um I want to be prepared for it. I want to be prepared for it. So I have to have a job for that. And then when I move to where I'm moving, get another job. So yeah. But other than that, you guys, I hope you guys take care. I hope to be making a salary income. I want to be making salary. And I know it's going to be difficult, the job, but I don't care. I don't care. As long as I explain that, hey, look, I have a disability. I'm a veteran with a disability. I'd rather not say what it is. I have that right. But I am a veteran with a no, I'm not going to go to work sitting up there saying, yeah, you motherfucker, fuck you motherfucker. You know, I'm talking about that. You know, like that girl did off this show, this video I watched on YouTube. She was so racist. It was pathetic, man. And they got me on camera. They got me on camera. I'll admit, you know, they got me on camera, you know, being um like I said, I was on methamphetamine because they gave it to me at the shelter. They gave it to me at the shelter when I was there. It's a long story. You know, they gave it to me illegally at the shelter, and that caused me to act belligerent, and I was already on marijuana, and I'm not on any drugs no more. But they you know, to be on marijuana and methamphetamine is even worse than to be on methamphetamine by itself. So, you know, it was crazy, you know, it was crazy. And, you know, I truly hate that day. I wish that day never happened. I wish that day never happened, y'all. I wish that day never happened. I wish it never happened. I wish it never happened. On God, on my mom, which is dead, on my father, which has dementia. I wish that day never happened. I wish that day never happened. So I'm just being honest about my history, you know. But It was sickening, man. It was very sickening. It was very sickening. It causes you to do things that you usually wouldn't do. It will cause you to do things that you usually wouldn't do. And that's why I will never, ever use any type of drug again. I wouldn't, like, I didn't use, I didn't use methamphetamine. They gave it to me. Seriously. At the YWCA, downtown Seattle. They told me my VA bed was taken. They lied to me, and they never got in trouble for it. I just got in trouble for doing the belligerent stuff. They were waiting on me to act belligerent. Like they knew that they did what they did. She probably got her job still and everything's hunky dory. Like nobody has accountability these days. That's why the shelters that you know, Trump need to do something about these shelters. Trump needs to do something about these shelters. He needs to stop the funding for them until they can fix what's going on, the drug use, the abuse, the bringing in weapons, the bringing in drugs, the using of drugs. It's sickening. At least when I was smoking my weed, I was off the property. So it's just sad. It's just sad. Um, I'm kind of glad that I'm off of marijuana. I'm glad. Nobody can tell me that I'm acting belligerent when I get mad, because people still get mad when they're not on drugs. People are allowed to get mad. You can't blame everything on somebody's mental health. So, yeah, I just don't understand it. That's why I want to be in a red state come December, and I will be good. So, with that being said, you guys, thank you guys for watching me. Thank you guys so much. Um, I'm sorry if I offended some of you guys. This was just what was in my head that needed to get out. You guys take care. You guys be safe. And I will see you guys another time. Bye.
never waste my time. You all I want.